So I actually cry sometimes now, but previous to that, I went from 1999 until 2016 without crying. And if y'all new here, I have narcissistic personality disorder. So in 1999, my aunt had passed away. My aunt, she's on my chest. She was like my second mom, whatever. I love my aunt and whatnot. And I was so weak with crying at her funeral that I couldn't get up to go see her one last time. You know, at the funeral, they're like, you want to see, does any of the family members want to see the deceased one last time? And I wanted to see my aunt one last time, but I was crying so much. I was so overcome with the emotion that I couldn't get up and couldn't get the strength to get up. And I watched them close the casket on her. And I was just like, oh my God, crying held me back. So I promised myself that I would never cry again. So from 99 to 2016, I never went and visited my aunt's gravesite because I was so embarrassed. But in 2016, I actually went and visited her gravesite. I had to dig it up because she didn't have a grave marker. I found it and the tears came flowing. That was a great release. I hope this helps. What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. I am self-aware, diagnosed narcissist Lee Hammock, and I use my platform of over 1 million people to raise awareness for mental health disorders, get more people into therapy, and validate the victims and survivors of said disorder. I use this series right here to just go more into detail into my TikToks and my YouTube shorts. The one you just watched was about somebody asked me a very, very simple question. They said, hey, do you ever cry? Have you ever cried before? Like, you know, like crying is like narcissists don't cry or something. Like we're some narcissistic robots here to hurt you. We don't have emotions. We don't cry. We are just here to hurt you. No, narcissists cry. But like I said, in my video right there, I know I've done a video like this very similar video to this probably about 6 months ago. So I'll go ahead and refresh people, my new followers and things like that. I went from what I say in the video, 99 to 2015, 2016, without crying. I think it was 2016. That's when my son was born. I went 17 years without crying. That's a long time. I went from February 6, 1999 till my son was born in September. My son was born September 1st. So my friend had a son like 2 days before my son. Y'all see my 5-year-old son. Like one of my friends had a son like 2 or 3 days before my son. His son ended up dying of SIDS, and I went to the funeral and everything like that. So I went to the funeral. Of course, I don't cry, y'all. So I went to the funeral, and after that funeral, I realized that my aunt was buried in that same cemetery. Like, so I called. I didn't know where I haven't been to her gravesite, y'all. I haven't been to her gravesite since we buried her, February 6, 1999. So I'm out there. I'm just like, I'm already out here. I'm already out here. I might as well just go and try to find her grave. So I call them. They tell me where it's at. They're like, okay. I'm like, okay. So I'm out there. Yeah, I'm out there literally in a cemetery. In 2016, I'm in the cemetery. On my hand, I got a black suit on, you know, black slacks and a black shirt. And I found, like, I'm out there looking on my hands and knees for my aunt's grave. I'm like, I'm gonna find this grave. You know what I mean? So you see how I got to this point already. I told you how I got to this point. But at her funeral, I was overcome with emotion. So I shut my emotions off. I'm not gonna cry again because crying holds me back. I'll never cry. I couldn't see my aunt one last time because I didn't cry. So that same aunt is buried in the same cemetery as my friend's son. So I found her grave. I found the area that her grave is in. You know, my family, we didn't have a lot of money, so she didn't have a gravestone. So it's not like a marker sitting above the ground you can see. It was like one of those little, it's like a little placard. It's about this big. It just had her name on it. Her name, her birth date, and the time she died, right? That's all they had on there. So I'm like, okay, cool. I gotta find it. It's been 17 years. So I'm looking for it. I'm in the area where they told me her gravesite was at. So I'm just like, oh my goodness. It's been 17 years. So yeah, I find the area that I'm measuring where I think it's at. I see one grave here. I was like, okay, here's a spot where you can't see anything. So yeah, I'm getting on my hands and knees. I'm digging, y'all. I'm literally digging on my hands and knees out there, like dirty as hell. I'm gonna find this. I'm gonna find it. I gotta see my aunt. I gotta talk to my aunt. I gotta let her know how my life is going. I want to see if she's proud of me. You know, I have to know. I pray for her all the time. I pray talking to her every night. But I have to find it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm out there digging on my hands and knees, y'all. And my friends come and see me because they came to the funeral too. They see me out there digging. They're like, man, what you doing? I was like, I'm trying to find my aunt Maxine's grave. So my friend runs to his car. He see me on my hands and knees digging. He was like, man, I ain't never seen mowing like this. My name's Damon. I ain't never seen mowing like this. So he goes right and gets his his lug wrench. He gives that to me. So I'm digging, y'all. I'm digging again. I'm digging. And look, I hit something. I get deep, y'all. I hit something. I hit something. So I use my hands. Y'all. Look, hit it. I see the little grave marker. I clear it off, y'all. I cleared the grave marker off, and guess what? It's not hers. It wasn't her grave. I did all that digging. It wasn't her grave. I'm sitting out there about to scream, y'all. And I was like, I'm not giving up. So I took a step to the right, started digging again. Look, I'm lug wrench. They not helping me. Look, my brother right there, my cousin, they know that there's nothing they can do. I'm out here. I'm not leaving until I find it. I'm dirty as hell. Digging. I was like, I dug it. Look, uncovered it. It's her name, her birthday. I seen her name, said Maxine Hammond. I just started crying, y'all. I was like, literally, 17 years of tears held in. 17 years of feeling like I couldn't show emotions because the emotions held me back for a long time. Showing emotions held me back. It kept me from doing what I wanted to do. So I've probably literally been robotic for the duration from the age of, when she passed away, I was 13 years old. So when she passed away, yeah, literally, I was 13. I was about to turn 14 I was 13 years old. So from 13 and then to 2016, I was 31. So 13 to 31, I know this is going to be my birthday is in July, so it makes sense. So from 13 to 31, no tears. So I probably went from being a robot. I probably went from holding myself back in life. So it didn't just be that. So when I found that, y'all, it was like a release. I'm screaming. It wasn't just like, it was like, ah! I'm in a cemetery. I'm waking the dead pretty much. I found you. And I just wanted to know that she's proud of me. That's all I really wanted to know. And I just, by finding her, I got my answer. She's proud of me. I found her. Who else did that? She has 2 kids. She has sons. She has grandkids. I'm her nephew. I did that. I went and dug her up. And that just I feel like from that moment forward, my life has gotten so much better. It's been 5 years since that moment. My life, the last 5 years have been the best 5 years of my life, by far. Because I finally started letting myself feel emotions because I've realized emotions didn't hold me back. Stifling my emotions held me back. So that's why I went 17 years without crying. Literally, y'all, for a long time. And after that, I went a whole nother year without crying. Because the year after that, that's when I got into therapy. And my first therapy appointment in October, I started crying again. So there you go. So my first therapy appointment. I went another year. I went almost another year. I went over a year. I went from, he died in October of 2016. So October 2017, I went a whole nother year. I went 17 years, and I went a whole nother year without crying. Got to therapy, let my emotions flow again. And therapy helped me out. I was just like, the tears flowed again. So you might get a lot of narcissistic people, a lot of people that deal with situations like that hold back our emotions because showing emotion made us feel weak. It held us back from special moments like seeing my aunt one last time, seeing my family one last time, and things like that. So yes, narcissistic people, I cry now, but a lot of narcissistic people, you won't see them cry until something big happens, until you try to leave them because they've been holding it in. They don't want to show emotion, especially in my community. Showing emotion sometimes make you look weak. They'll tell you, you're a P word, P-U-S-S-Y, for crying. You this. Men don't cry. Boys don't cry. Suck it up. Be tough. That stuff is rooted into you. So yeah, you showing emotions made us feel a certain type of way. So I hope this video makes sense, y'all. I hope y'all understand that sometimes traumatic experiences happen and people decide to hold back their emotions. Yeah, it's tough story. I hope y'all, if y'all made it to this end, leave me a teardrop in the comment section. I really appreciate y'all. I'm super thankful for y'all. I'm gonna go cry right now, so it won't be another year. But the hood is out. Peace.